Hello there, and welcome to another Rural Pickin' Dad video. I'm Jared, full-time dad, part-time picker, and right now, part-time working a regular job. But I'm hoping that will end soon so I can get back to the lockers and digging for treasure. As I mentioned, I have taken a break from buying lockers, but what I thought I'd do in this video is share with you some of the items I've been able to sell from the last few lockers, and so you can see, what items sell for and where I'm at. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get to it.
Rural picking dad, finding the good in the bad. It's rural picking dad.
So this first locker I called the junk drawer locker. I paid right about $200 on this one, and then after fees, I'd say I was closer to $270 with fuel, trash fees. And I was definitely concerned as I was going through the boxes that I wasn't finding the stuff that was going to bring me back into the green, and so forth. But as I started to do some research and to list the items on eBay, I was pleasantly surprised, and I was able to sell quite a few things so far. I still have a few more to sell, but here's some of the items I've sold on eBay so far. So in the junk drawer locker, we did find two of these little Leapfrog LeapPad 2 devices. Got about $30 for both. Not a whole lot, but again, $20 here, $10 there, definitely helps. So we did find a couple collector coins. The first one, this Jefferson Davis coin, banknote commemorative thing. And then we found this Double Eagle gold-plated coin. Not a whole lot of value to these, but still not bad, and pretty cool little finds. I did find this Zune MP3 player. I put it online for parts as is because I couldn't find a charger, and at the price I sold it for, it sold within 5 minutes, so I probably should have priced this a little higher. I do like to find unique and quirky things in lockers, and this piece right here definitely fit that mold. It wasn't worth a lot of money, but it was brand new, and I sold it on eBay for about $10. And then we had this Pampered Chef piece, brand new, but still only got about $10. But again, helped cushion the cost of this not so great locker. Now we didn't dig through this bin, but the Party Light Nativity set we ended up keeping. My wife really liked the look of it. But what you didn't see is we found a couple animatronic pieces, a sassy cat and a singing mouse, and I got about $40 for both of those, which was a surprise actually, so that was kind of cool. So the next locker I called the Heavy Smoker locker, and it really was bad. I mean, if I had been at a live auction and and those doors had opened and I'd smelled what smell was in there, I wouldn't have even bid on it. So I was definitely concerned when I bought this one. I paid just over $100, I think, for this one. Again, with trash fees and so forth, I was probably about $160 in on it. So, and there was not a lot. I think at the end of the video, I had a table with all the items I was keeping. But that being said, some of those items had a little more value than I expected. And here are some of the things I've sold on eBay. And again, I was very surprised with this one. So what I thought would be the saving grace on this locker ended up not having as much value as I'd hoped. These Magic cards were a little newer, 2018 through 2020. But some of the cards did have some value. I ended up selling them for just under $40 on eBay. And, so again, it wasn't what I was hoping for. But there were a few other surprises in this locker that helped cushion the blow. These 7th Sea role-playing game manuals were one of the surprises. I originally tried to sell them individually, but found I wasn't getting bites, so I put them in a bundle and sold them for around $60. Not a bad find. Another nice find was these Time Life Enchanted World books. I didn't have the complete collection. With the complete collection I could have gotten a little more, but I sold these for about $40. There was a little bit of damage on a couple of the books, so I did lower the price a bit, but again, a nice surprise. I did find a couple of video games. I was able to sell the Elden Ring for right about $35. It was factory sealed. I did sell the Modern Warfare, but ended up having to give a refund because I was not able to test it and it did not function properly. So the next locker was the $11 locker. That's right, $11. Now, of course, after trash fees, fuel, more like $90, $100 locker. But still, a great locker. So many cool finds in this one. A lot of trash, but still some really cool finds. And it is paying off. I haven't even started to scratch the surface on selling, but these are some of the items I've sold on eBay. And as you can see, I'm gonna be just fine. I'm gonna make quite the profit on this locker. So on the last day of the $11 locker, I found this cool Zoom R24 piece. It tested and working. It actually was a standalone multi-track recorder and a USB interface. I thought about keeping it for myself, but I found the preamps weren't quite as good as the preamps I have in another piece of equipment. So I sold it on eBay for about 180 bucks, which put me well into the profit on this locker. So another cool piece in this $11 locker was the older iPod, the iPod Classic. Unfortunately, it did have like a software problem. The battery was working, so I did have to sell it for parts, but still another $27 profit on this locker, so pretty cool. So I found this jersey just in a random box, and it actually had a little bit of value. I probably could have got a little more for it, but knowing what I paid for the locker, I did let this go for $45, and the gentleman was very pleased with it, and he also subscribed to the channel, so thank you, and I hope you're enjoying this jersey. So on the last day, I also found this iPod Nano. I only got about $30 for it, but again, not bad knowing what I sold other stuff for. And I did not end up selling the little peripheral piece there. It actually was in bad shape and not working. I did find a whole lot of costume jewelry towards the end of this locker. And most of it was costume. I did find a little bit of gold, very little, and some silver, but the majority of it was like costume earrings and bracelets. And I was able to sell a large lot of the earrings. And also I found some Avon earrings that I was able to get a little bit of money for. So overall, this locker has really panned out, and I have a lot left to sell, so I really can't complain. So the last locker in this video was the butterfly locker. I paid about $150 up front. All in, I'm probably at about $210 on this one. And I've just started to sell the items in this one. Again though, this locker had a lot of quantity, but not a lot of quality. But there were a few items that are gonna save me on this one. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of profit in this one, but it's still, you know, you just never know what's gonna sell and what's not gonna sell. And there was a few items that definitely saved my skin on this one. I did find a lot of handbags in this butterfly locker. A lot of them were generic. There were quite a few Vera Bradleys, but not in the best condition. I did find this Coach bag, and then I did find the Michael Kors bag, and I was able to sell these together on Poshmark. Not for a whole lot, but it definitely helps. There were also a lot of cell phones in this locker, most of them Android. I was able to sell a lot of the Samsung phones for parts, and made right about $100 on that. And then I sold another lot of just, you know, broken parts only phones for around $12. So that definitely helped out in this locker. There were definitely not a lot of big ticket items in this locker, but little items like this power outlet definitely helped to make some money back for me. So yeah, that's just a few of the items that I've sold recently via eBay, Poshmark, a few other outlets. Not any real big ticket items, but you know what, the $10 to $50 items, they add up pretty quickly and definitely help when trying to recoup your costs after buying a locker. So not bad. I still have a lot left to sell, and once flea market season starts, I'll definitely be trying to offload some that way. But speaking of ways to sell, I am taking a chance on this thing called Whatnot. You've probably heard of this app. I'm going to try doing my first auction here in the coming weeks. It will be, let me think here, I have to think of the date. January 31st at 7:30 p.m. Again, you know, being that I'm in Vermont and I don't have 12 months of flea market season, I really do need to move stuff. So Whatnot might be the opportunity to do that. I'm going to give it a try. If you're interested in this auction, you can sign up for Whatnot, or if you're already on Whatnot, you can follow me. But if you haven't signed up for Whatnot, if you use the link that I'll put down in my description, you can actually get a $10 credit towards buying on Whatnot. So I'll leave that link below. If you're interested in the auction, again, it will be January 31st at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I am in Vermont, so we're on the East Coast. And yeah, so if you're interested, I'm gonna be selling all kinds of items. It's gonna be jewelry, shoes, you know, collectibles, whatever I've been finding in the lockers. If you've seen the videos, there's a good chance some of those items might be in this auction. So yeah, check it out. And as always, I truly appreciate you watching. I love the support. Leave those comments. If you like this video, let me know. I don't know how often I'll make a video like this. I'll be honest, it's a little more time consuming than just opening boxes. But you know, maybe I'll throw one in every once in a while. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay kind. A little kindness goes a long way.